So today on how to become a putting machine, we're going to talk about tempo and transition. It's important because the rules of golf say that you have to make a stroke. You can't just set the putter down and push the ball to the hole. You have to make a stroke. That means there's a backswing and then a transition that moves forward, and that stroke needs a tempo so that you can be consistent, because the only way you ever get really good at putting is being consistent with your stroke. So that's what we're going to talk about, how to have a consistent tempo and a clean transition. So if you'll notice the video clip that is playing now, it shows a good transition. The putter is on the same line back and through. A loop in the transition would be this one. There's two different clips here of a loop in the transition. This first one is you're outside and then you're making a loop at the back and then back down the line. Here's a third clip of an inside loop. The problem with those is you can still make putts with those. In fact, here's a video of PGA Tour Pro Jon Rahm making a putt with a loop in his stroke. You can do that. The problem is if you get into that habit, you have a loop in transition, it's almost impossible to be consistent with that. And you want a putting stroke that's consistent, so you want to eliminate those loops in transition and have the same line both back and through. Tempo means that you want the same distance or pace on your backstroke and through stroke. Some folks say, oh, I want to go one back and one forward, same distance back and forward. Other folks say you want to go a little further back and a little less forward. Actual research has shown that 64% forward, 36% back. So you want a shorter backstroke, about 1/3 back and about 2/3 forward. And to be consistent, you want backstroke and through stroke at the same pace. A lot of people talking about using a metronome, and you can get a metronome app on your phone and you can set it down and practice. There are a ton of different metronome apps. The one that I like, it's the simplest to use, is called Pulse. And you set it up and you can change the speed, simply rotating a dial. And the idea is you figure out what pace is comfortable for you on your backswing and your through swing, and then you set it to that. 64 beats a minute seems about right for me. And then you press and you can hear it start going at 64 beats a minute. So from there, you take your putter and you set up to make a stroke. I'm going to move the phone out of the way a little bit. You set up to make a stroke, and you want the backstroke and the through stroke on the same beat. That wasn't very good. I have no rhythm, which is part of the reason I don't like these apps, but let's work on it a little bit and see if I can do better. Back, through, back, through, click, click. And then you want the same timing on the longer strokes. So you have to move the putter a little faster and it helps your tempo. Back, through, back, through, back, through. By the way, if you do this on a putting green or out in public somewhere, be sure and get headphones, because you will drive other people completely crazy. That's the idea of a metronome. Again, doesn't work for me because I really don't have much rhythm. And even though putting is highly personal, for me as a person, it's a lot more feel. I don't use a metronome because it's not necessary. Just do what feels comfortable, but make sure you have a consistent tempo in your stroke, and that in that transition you're straight back and straight through on the same line. If you have a big arc, it's a big arc back and through. If you have a small arc, it's a small arc back and through. Same line back and through so that you have a consistent stroke and a consistent transition. Helps you make a consistent stroke. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Work on your tempo and your transition. Let me know in the comments section below how this helped, or if it didn't help, or what else you'd like to see. And of course, we'd love for you to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. And here's to you making more putts.